At RBI, Mr. Ninad Karpe, the keynote address for today. Our Secretary and Managing Trustee, Dr. D.A. Shinde, R.A. Shinde, uh, the Director of our Institute, Dr. C.S. Darvi, Mrs. M.K. Mane, the Chairperson of MBA program, all my other faculty members, and of course, all the participants who have joined this AICTE sponsored ATAL, that is FTP, which is being conducted under the Training and Learning Academy by the name of ATAL. So all the participants who have joined for this session, I welcome you with a very warm heart for this FTP on digital marketing. It is said that the 21st century is a century of disruptions. And nothing can be more truer than this when we are all in an era of huge disruption. Of course, it's a disruption which has not been caused by technology, but by a health pandemic. And that is why today this FTP, which is being conducted on an online mode. In fact, if we look at the various reports which are coming out around us, we see that one of the emerging technology trends is the increasing and ever increasing use of digital. And that is actually what we are going to be talking about for this entire week. In fact, Wendy Pirsal, a well-known blogger, has said that Google loves you only when everyone else loves you first. And that is the magic of digital technology. So it is indeed a matter of great pride for all of us at Cyber to conduct this FTP, which is sponsored by AICTE under the ATAL scheme. I'm sure you are all excited and eager to imbibe and internalize the knowledge which will be imparted during this FTP. And therefore, let us get on with the session without much ado. And therefore, now I request Dr. Praveen Chavan, who's the coordinator of this FTP, to deliver his theme address. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good morning. A very good morning to all. I'm Dr. Praveen Chavan, coordinator of this online FTP program. Welcome you all for this AICTE ATAL online FTP, sponsored by AICTE ATAL on a theme Digital Techniques for Business Excellence. We are privileged to have Honorable Usha Thorat Madam, former Deputy Governor of RBI, as a chief guest for this program. It is our honor to have a profound management thinker, Sri Ninad Karpe sir, as a keynote speaker for this inaugural session. Honorable Secretary of Cyber, Sri Dr. R.A. Shinde sir, Director of Cyber, Dr. C.S. Darvi sir, our MBA program chairperson, Mrs. M.K. Mane madam, all AICTE officials, and most important, all the learned faculties who are joining this program from throughout India. I, coordinator of this program, once again welcome you for this online FTP. India has already taken a giant leap in digitalization. This pandemic has stimulated the process. Today, it is necessity for all business to ride a digital path. Internet has not remained luxury, but it is a necessity of life. Internet has offered tools to entrepreneurs to satisfy their customers more efficiently and effectively. And marketeers are at the forefront to shoulder this responsibility. For a marketing student, along with learning marketing theories, it is most important for them to understand and learn these digital techniques. And it is imperative to marketing faculties to inculcate and equip themselves with all these online digital marketing techniques. With this goal in mind, we are offering this basic digital marketing course in which you are learning various digital techniques digital marketing techniques, especially how to develop a website using WordPress, then search engine optimization, email marketing, and Google AdWords and Google Analytics. Hope this program will kickstart your career in digital marketing. For this FDP, we have a renowned, experienced digital marketing practitioners from industry. Session on stress management through music. So once again, I welcome you for this program, and with the anticipation that you will learn digital marketing techniques. Again, I conclude with this remark that this program will help you to understand and start your career in digital marketing. Thank you. Thank you one and all. Now to Gaikwad Madam.
Thank you, sir, for your team address. And now we will have the director's address from our director, Dr. C.S. Darvi, sir. So I request Dr. C.S. Darvi to deliver his director's address. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning to all of you. Respected Dr. R.A. Shinde, sir, Secretary and Managing Trustee, Cyber Trust Kolhapur, CA HR Shinde, sir, Trustee Member, Cyber Kolhapur, Dr. V.M. Hilge, sir, Trustee Member, Cyber Kolhapur, today's Chief Guest, Usha Thoratji, former Deputy Governor, RBI, and keynote speaker, Mr. Ninad Karpe, CEO 100x.vc, and session speaker for the FDP, Mr. Amal Tolbande, CEO EDG Brands, Akash Bharni, CTO EDG Brands, Mr. Sachin Parikh, Director Soch Solutions, Mrs. M.K. Mane, Chairperson MBA Program, Dr. Praveen Chavan, Anuradha Gaikwad Madam, Dr. Vishakha Apte, Professor Ekal Sir, and all other team members of the FDP. First of all, let me thank AICT for sanctioning this FDP, online FDP. And that's why today we are conducting this FDP. I also thank all the participants of this online FDP program. Because of them, this program is going to be successful. First of all, let me tell you about the cyber. Friends, Cyber Kolhapur has always been a pioneer in providing quality higher education, not only in Maharashtra, but in the entire country. The seeds of always aiming for excellence and quality in higher education was laid by the founder director, late Dr. A.D. Shinde, in 1976. His initiative made cyber to be pioneer in providing management, commerce, and computer science education in Western Maharashtra. In order to raise the benchmark of quality in higher education, the institute accepted the autonomous status in 1995, when no other institutes in India were ready to accept the challenges. The quality of education at cyber has been endorsed by various committees and the regulatory bodies from time first grade with a 3.50. Quality education has been appreciated by UGC New Delhi when it conferred the status of college with potential for excellence, that is CP status, for third time. Cyber is conducting 10 postgraduate programs such as MBA, MCA, MPhil, MSW, making use of the academic freedom under the autonomous status. The institute launched a number of innovative programs, postgraduate programs, as per the needs of the society. These include specialized postgraduate programs, one of its own in India, such as MBA Environment Science, MSc Quantitative Economics, MBA Business Analytics, Banking and Financial Services. Innovations have also been introduced under the autonomous mode in the other programs, such as MSc Computer Science. This year, we are going to start MCA with a specialization in artificial intelligence and cybersecurity. The excellent placement of the students of all programs in leading organizations and achieving higher grades in consecutive assessments by regulatory bodies of higher education is a proof that cyber is on the right path of achieving new vistas of excellence and quality in higher education in the country. We at Cyber consider holistic student development as the centerpiece of institute experience for our students. We are committed to provide the best learning experience to our students that they will cherish forever. This today's FDP, which is very right in the today's pandemic area, that is digital business. Friends, if you look at the retail market in India, which is estimated to reach US $1.1 trillion by 2021, and a factor considering the rising income of Indian citizens and lifestyle changes by the middle class and increasing connectivity through the internet. The growth, the overall retail market is around 12% per annum. Organized trade would expand twice as fast as 20% per annum and traditional trade at 10%. The e-commerce, that digital business in India, is a fast growing market in the world. The primary cause is growing number of internet users in India. And all of you are aware that India has recently overpassed the USA market, and the e-commerce sales in 2000s were $39 billion, and by 2026 sales through the internet is expected to cross $200 billion. Estimated shoppers to the tune of 530 million by 2025. Reliable telecom networks growth in India. Customers can cope up with the changing technology, and that has been seen in last 3 months. And we are also aware that recently Jio mobile service provider is an accelerating factor for internet usage in India, especially in last 3 years. In last 3 months, number of companies had invested money in the Jio platform. Google is the latest company that has invested around $4.5 billion for the stake of 7.73% in the Reliance Jio. So far, Reliance has now raised $20.2 billion, that is around rupees 1,52,056 crores in total form. Some of the world's leading tech investors. These 13 investors who have purchased 32.94% stake in Jio platform. So definitely there is a quantum jump in the digital business in the years to come. So this FDP will definitely help the participants to learn more techniques about digital business. I wish all the best to this program participants and the coordinators of the program. Thank you very much. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your very wonderful and motivating speech. We are now going to play a small clip about our Cyber Institute. Now we have our just a minute. Okay, now I will request Mrs. M.K. Mane, the chairperson of our MBA department, to deliver her address.
A very good morning to all of you. I'm Mrs. M.K. Mane. I head the MBA department at Cyber Kolhapur. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of the MBA department of Cyber Kolhapur. The MBA department was started at the time of inception of the institute, that is in 1976. In 1994-95, we got autonomy from the government of Maharashtra. And since then, it's been our constant endeavor to update our course curriculum and contents to meet the expectations and demands of the industry. Our program has an intake of 240, and we have adopted the CBCS system since last 4 years that is recommended by the UGC. We offer multiple specializations. The traditional ones like marketing, finance, HR, systems, and production. Apart from that, we offer specialization in agribusiness management, in environment management, in banking and financial services, and business analytics. The objective of this FDP will be to understand how to leverage digital marketing and the different components of digital marketing like search marketing, social media marketing, email marketing. We have tried our best to include all these topics in this FDP. I'm more than sure that all of you will get all the valuable insights that will enhance your knowledge in digital marketing. I once again welcome you all warmly on behalf of the MBA Department of Cyber. Happy learning. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, for your address. Now we will be having our inaugural address. Now we will be having our inaugural address, and I now request Professor Dr. V.S. Apte to deliver the introduction of our inaugural chief guest, Mrs. Usha Thorat.
Good morning to all of you. I'm sure that you can hear me. Usha Thorat is a name known to all in the banking sector. She is former Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India. Usha completed her BA Honours in Economics from Delhi University's Lady Shri Ram College and her MA from Delhi School of Economics in 1971. She joined Shri Ram College as a lecturer in 1971 and left the job to join RBI in 1972 as a probationary officer. Her career in RBI covered all areas of central banking. Key areas include managing exchange rate and forex reserves, public debt management, financial markets and liquidity management, regulation and supervision of commercial and cooperative banks, deposit insurance and financial inclusion. She was in charge of key departments of RBI in the period of liberalization and financial sector in India after 1992. Between 1999 and 2001, she was a member of the Bank for International Settlement Committee on Securities Settlement Systems. As Executive Director, she represented India on the Bank for International Settlements Committee for Global Financial Stability. In 2005, Usha was appointed as Deputy Governor of RBI, a post she held for 5 years till November 2010. As Deputy Governor, from 2005 to 2008, she led inter alia RBI's initiative for financial inclusion and represented RBI on the board of National Bank for Rural Development. At the time of the global financial crisis, during the period 2008 to 2010, she was in charge of banking, banking regulation and supervision. As Deputy Governor, she represented RBI on the Basel Committee for Banking Supervision and the board of the Securities Exchange Board of India. After stepping down from RBI, she became the first director of the Center for Advanced Financial Research, an organization set by RBI as a center for excellence for research and learning. She continued as director till April 2014. Since when, she has remained associated as a member of the Governing Council till June 2017. Post her retirement from RBI, Usha has served on several important RBI appointment committees. In 2011, she chaired the working group to review the regulatory and supervisory framework of non-banking financial companies, NBFCs. In 2013-14, she was a member of the Bimal Chalan panel to scrutinize applications for new universal banking licenses. In 2015, she chaired the External Advisory Committee to scrutinize applications for small finance bank licenses. In 2019, she chaired the task force appointed by RBI to look into the issues arising out of the offshore rupee non-deliverable markets. In March 2015, Usha became the first chairman of the Financial Benchmarks India Limited, an entity set up at instance of RBI to administer benchmarks in the money, foreign exchange and fixed income markets. From October 2015 till 2019, she was the chairman of the Clearing Corporation of India, a financial market infrastructure entity which serves as central counterparty for money, foreign exchange and government securities market. In April 2016, she joined the board of Sanofi India Limited as an independent director, where she continues. In 2017, she joined the Fund Trustee Advisory Commission of the Kerala Infrastructure Investment Fund Board as a member. She became chair of the Mutual Fund Advisory Committee of the Securities Exchange Board of India, SEBI, in July 2020. Usha is active in the not-for-profit sector also. She is a trustee of the Indian Cancer Society and heads its Cancer Cure Fund. She is also trustee of Lotus Medical Foundation, Kolhapur, which works for HIV and AIDS related issues. As a chairman of the board of governors of the Foundation of Ecological Security, she takes keen interest in environmental issues. Usha's interests include bird watching and yoga. We are so proud that you have accepted our invitation to be the inaugural chief guest of this FDP. Over to you, madam.
Okay, can you hear me now? Yeah? Say
yes.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So, good morning to all of you. Thank you very much for calling me for this inaugural session of this faculty development program for digital marketing. I'm really congratulate the Cyber Institute for having been awarded this very prestigious program. Through what I understand has been a sort of it was something that anybody could have competed for, and I'm very proud that Cyber has been able to do this program, and this program was found one of the programs that the AICTE has brought under its Atal program. So it's really a very, very, I think, creditable achievement, and I'm wishing you all the best for your program. I got a message from somebody now saying they can't see my screen. Is that so? Can you just, if you can't see the screen, do this. If you can see me, do this.
Ma'am, we can see you.
Okay, fine. Okay,
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible.
okay, fine. Thank
We
you.
can see.
So let me pay my respects to Dr. Shinde, Mr. Dalvi, and thank you, Mrs. Mane. Also to Mr. Ninad, Professor Ninad Karpe, who is going to be your main speaker for this morning. And all the people, Vishaka, others who have put this program together. I know it's not an easy thing to put a program together where you're expecting 234 participants. So it's really something that I think it's something that we should all appreciate what you have done. So the subject for this faculty development program is why digital marketing? I don't think really we really need to answer that question at all. In fact, if you did not do digital marketing, we will wonder why you are not doing digital marketing. So when you think about it, in 1995, less than 1% of the world population were internet users. Today, there are over 4 billion internet users, 50% of the global population. Out of this, 750 million are in China, 400 million in India, 245 million in US, and Brazil, 125 million. India has surpassed USA as the second largest number in terms of internet users. There are 4.7 billion telephone users globally, which is expected to increase to 5 billion last year itself. In fact, probably it's already crossed 5 billion. And in India, there are 500 million smartphone users as of December 2019. And this is growing rapidly. So today, majority of the mobile users are actually smartphone with internet services, which means that customers are connecting with businesses anytime, anywhere. Now, since the beginning of this lockdown, we have seen phenomenal ways in which the internet and digital connectivity is being used by everybody. Today's seminar itself is an example. Normally, for holding such a program, maybe for 40, 50 people, can you imagine the cost and the logistics of travel and hosting and everything? And today you're able to do a 234, I still see only 147 participants who have registered for this program. So this itself is a marvelous power of the digital platform. The very fact that you can have so many people connecting, on such a platform itself shows the power of the internet. Now, when we think about it, one of the big things that happened, India has distributed about $5 billion in cash benefits since the beginning of COVID to people who really require it, and all using the digital platform. India's move towards digital technology was already very rapid, and COVID-19 has actually accelerated it. Let's take first the payment system. In fact, what I am going to probably in my 10 minutes in the beginning, just tell you that there are so many things that have happened in the infrastructure. And this opportunity and this program, I think, is very timely because you can take then full advantage of the infrastructure that has already been created. One of the first things was the payment system. So it started with the Aadhaar, which is a digitally authenticated Aadhaar identification number. The connection of Aadhaar with bank accounts was the second step. That was part of the Jan Dhan program. And then the linking it to the mobile phones. So the Aadhaar, the bank account, the mobile telephone, all these things getting linked, what we call JAM, is the bedrock of this reset. And this is something that you should take total advantage of. Another groundbreaking initiative has been the UPI. So the UPI, which is a payment system, has linked all these things so that you have ubiquitous transfer of funds and communication. Another groundbreaking initiative has been what is called the India Stack. Now, what is this India Stack? It is a public digital. The first layer of the India Stack is the Aadhaar identity. The second level is the payment system and the UPI. And the third level is what will enable seamless exchange of data. And this is where, which is very important for a program like this, between data providers, which means the GST networks, the banks, the loan providers, the financial planners, and the data owners. We are the ones who are owning the data, and we are the ones are, sharing the data. So all this together enables us to, at this point of time in history, to take full advantage of the infrastructure, the JAM and the India Stack, which has been built, and help everybody. The smallest of business people can now take advantage of this huge opportunity for digital marketing. It's not only in commerce and business that this potential has become huge, even in health and sanitation. There is this National Informatics Centers, which created the National Arogya Setu application, which has been downloaded 127 million times already. Plus the National E-Health Authority and a new telemedicine guidelines, we're creating a national health stack. So this is another way. Another way in which digital is being used is for sanitation. For like the robos in Jharkhand and various parts of Bengaluru are using drones to spray disinfectants, survey areas, monitor containment zones, and make public announcements during COVID period. Telangana, Karnataka, Gujarat are using similar measures to address the issues arising from the pandemic. So technology has now become a huge game changer. Commerce, as you already know, the use of technology has impacted everybody. In fact, recently, aggregator applications, small local vendors with those selling vegetables in neighborhoods, flying rickshaws, are now able to provide door-to-door services while receiving payments on a monthly basis. In education, again, the scenario has changed. This program itself is an example of it. But not only this, now schools have started going online, and the government's platform, the Diksha, a platform for school education, it introduces training in coding at the middle school level. It has the world's highest funded education application, Byju's, which many of you know. And Jio, an all-service tech platform, is now raised 15 billion during this pandemic with the promise of delivering a digital lifestyle. So, and the recent investment by Google is also known. So I think the opportunities are enormous. And it is up to each one of you to be able to utilize this opportunity, to be able to spread this message of how you can use the digital platform for more effective business promotion. Two messages which I really want to give today. One is, you are going to learn, I understand, about the website and about creating various types of applications. But the one thing is the attention span. On the internet, people's attention span is very limited. Not more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes is the maximum attention span for a video clipping. And I would even say that for the video clipping you put about cyber, you have to start thinking of how you're going to create attention, drive that attention of the person who's viewing it in just 3 minutes. And the other thing on telemarketing is trust. How do I know when I'm placing an order on somebody from whom I have not ordered before, that the goods will come and I can make the payments? If I don't have cash on delivery, then I have to make the payment ahead of time. How does the seller know that I will make if I'm the purchaser, I will make the payment? So all this, think of the Amazon model. What have they delivered? They've delivered trust. And that is very, very important. you have to be sure that what payment gateway you're choosing, the goods will be delivered, the refunds will be available. Where there is no satisfaction, you will be able to take back the goods, and the kind of quality that people are expecting is necessary. For example, Urban Ladder. Urban Ladder says whatever breakages are there, we are responsible for the delivery. So this is the kind of different thing that you have to be attentive as far as digital marketing. It's good to learn the technology part of it, but ultimately it is a question of trust and payments. When I go to a shop and buy my mobile phone, I am exchanging a payment against goods, same physically in the same space. But this exchange of payments and goods or services is not happening physically in the same space. And for that, you need to trust. And that is, I would say, what one has to really remember when you're going digital. And with these two messages, the fact is people's attention span is very short and you have to create trust. I inaugurate this program, and thank you, Vishaka, for inviting me. Thank you, Cyber, for inviting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now it's the time to listen to another management and marketing expert, my friend Ninad Karpe. Ninad Karpe is also a name well known in the industrial sector. Ninad Karpe is a partner at 100x.vc, a venture capitalist firm which invests in early stage startups using the pioneering model of iSafe notes. 100x.vc is the first institutional investor in its portfolio companies and aims to invest in 100 startups every year. That's a wonderful aim, sir. Karpe has authored a book on business strategies titled Born to Baba, which received rave reviews and was listed by Amazon in its prestigious list of memorable books of 2018. He was the chairman, Western Region of Confederation of Indian Industries CII for 2017-18, an honorary position. Karpe is a director of Aptech Limited and was the managing director and CEO of Aptech Limited for more than 7 years till 2016. He previously served CA Technologies as Managing Director of India, where he was associated with the company for more than 13 years, since the inception of its operations in India. Earlier in his career, Karpe worked as a consultant advising companies seeking to invest in India. He is a frequent writer and speaker on business strategies and has also spoken at the TEDx event. His weekly 20 minutes live web broadcast with reputed personalities has a wide audience. Besides his day job as a venture capitalist, Karpe is passionate about supporting theatre and has co-produced 2 Marathi plays which have received wide acclaim. During the F1 season, he switches off his mobile phone on race day to follow the fast-paced cars. We are so happy to have you here And I request you to deliver your keynote address, which the participants are keen to listen. Over to you, Ninad.
Thank you, Vishaka, for that embarrassingly long introduction. I'm sure if my mother-in-law heard it, she's in Pune, she would have been very, very impressed with me. My wedding anniversary coincidentally is tomorrow, 32 years. But I'm delighted to be here. Mr. Shinde, Mr. Chavan, Dr. Chavan, sorry, Dr. Dalvi, Ms. Mane, Vishaka Apte, our respected Ms. Thorat, who gave wonderful inaugural address, faculty of cyber, CSIBR, other professors, students. I'm truly delighted to share my thoughts with you this morning. I'm cognizant of two things. One is we are a little bit delayed by 5-10 minutes, so I'll try and ensure that I can, without compromising on the matter, I will try and punch in as much as possible. And of course, Ms. Thorat reminded us that digital is playing a huge role in the financial services industry, as also education. And finally, she said that attention span is short, but unfortunately, I can't make my presentation 2 minutes. It is a little longer than 2 minutes, and I hope it is of some meaning to all of you. I'm going to throw open some ideas. In the first part of my presentation, I will talk about broadly some technologies which are shaping digital marketing, and then I'll give 5 or 6 specific points. And at the end of it, hopefully, you would have learned a lot. I'm going to start presenting. I've made a short presentation. I'm going to present it now. There are some videos in the presentation. I've faced some technology challenges. If the videos don't play, it's not a problem. I'll speak about them. So let me start by presenting it. No, yeah. I hope you can see the screen. Can someone give me a thumbs up? Okay, can someone confirm you can see the screen? I can only see the screen. I can't see any people. Vishaka, can you see my screen?
Yes, it has stopped now.
What is the screen has stopped?
The screen has stopped. The screen is not visible.
And the noise is also stopped.
The noise has also stopped.
Earlier, could you see my screen? I couldn't see anything.
So reshare the screen, please.
Okay, I will do that. One minute. It will take exactly 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. We're waiting for you. So are you trying to share your screen?
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay. We'll wait for you, sir.
Can you see anything or you can't see my screen?
No, sir, we cannot see you. No, no, sir.
Okay. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
I think it should come now. Can you see it now?
So it's coming. Yes, sir. We can see it.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute.
So it's visible.
Sure. I'll start in exactly 1 minute.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Okay, so there it is. I will spend next 20-25 minutes. There are some videos. If it can't be seen, it's fine. It's not a problem. So let me start with this first. Yeah, digital marketing techniques for business excellence. I'm going to spend 20-25 minutes in just explaining this topic a little bit and giving some context to my discussion. Let me start with this photograph. This is an actual photograph of a student, young student I met in Vietnam. This was around 200 or maybe 150 miles away from the main city, Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. So it's a much, I mean, 1/10 the size of, let's say, Kolhapur. It's a very, very small city. This young boy, Alex Young, was doing multimedia animation. This was the time when I was CEO at Aptech. He was creating some characters on the screen, and I tried to talk to him. As you can see, I am smiling, he is not. As you can see, I am feeling very, very nice, but he's looking very glum. He's a creative man. He did not want to speak to me. He was so engrossed in his characters. But finally, I saw his t-shirt, and if you see his t-shirt, you will see the words Jesus written on his t-shirt. And I asked, why have you written the words Alex Young? And I still remember his words. Now remember, this young boy is 200 miles away from a main city in Vietnam. So it's very, very, very distant location, very, very small location. And he said, I want to be the world's best animator. These words still I remember. I want to be the world's best animator, not just Ho Chi Minh City, not just Vietnam, very best in the world. So I asked him, really, Alex, how will you do that? He said, I require only 2 things. And these are the 2 things he said. It's on my slide. I require a mind without borders and good connectivity. That's it. And I can become the very best. So Alex has a lot to teach each one of you. If you think you're in a location which does not have opportunities, you're wrong. You can't do anything just on the basis of these 2 things. Let me jump straight. And if it was a physical session, I would have asked to raise your hands. How long can each one of you stay without food? You would say probably maximum 1 month. Without water, probably 1 week. Without sleep, probably 1 day. I'm sure organizers have had sleepless nights, but yes, it's only 1 day. But without internet, can you survive for how long? 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Whenever internet is dropped, whether it is in office or at home, I get an instant call. If there's no water for some time, if the coffee machine is broken down, if there's no food, nothing, no complaint. Moment internet is down, it is, within a minute I get a call. It reflects the importance of connectivity in our day-to-day lives. I don't know how many people are familiar with this game. You may not be. This is an old Chinese board game called Go, G-O. This game has been played in China, now for more than 2,500, 3,000 years. It is not a game of possibilities. It's a game of intuition. Chess is a game of possibilities. There are millions and millions of possibilities. Here, this is beyond millions. And it is a game which technology or computers could not defeat. Chess, IBM had developed software long back, which defeated the world's #1 chess player long back. But Go was a game till almost 2 years back. It was not possible to defeat till artificial intelligence came and till machine learning has come now as a full-fledged technology. It learns on its own, unlike software which has to be programmed. AI and ML, once you put in a program, it receives inputs and starts learning on its own. And there's a company called DeepMind in London. it developed a program called AlphaGo, which for the first time defeated the world's #2 and then the #1. It proved that technology can now also overcome intuition. Intuition is part of technology, but don't worry, emotion is still not. So you still own emotions, but intuition is something which technology has now adopted, and technology can have intuition decision-making process. My next slide is a video. I'm afraid the audio may not play. If it doesn't play, let me know, and I will just explain what the person is saying. I'm going to start playing the audio, and if it doesn't play, someone please intervene and tell me you can't hear it.
Games are kind of microcosm of the outside world. That's why games were invented. That's why humans find it fun to play. There's a rich history of...
I've just stopped. Can you hear it? Can someone please give me feedback?
Yes, it is audible.
Sir, we can hear. We can hear. We can hear, sir.
Very good. I'm so happy. I'm delighted. I put so much effort, and in the trial run in the morning, I couldn't play it, but I'm so delighted. Please listen to the audio carefully. It's a very interesting audio.
Computer tackling board games. It started with games like backgammon, drafts, and then finally there was Deep Blue in '97 that beat Kasparov at chess, which was obviously a huge watershed moment for game AI. And since then, the really big remaining sort of holy grail, if you like, has been Go. In chess, the number of possible moves is about 20 for the average position. In Go, it's about 200. Another way of viewing the complexity of Go is that the number of possible configurations of the board is more than the number of atoms in the universe. If you ask a great Go player why they played a particular move, sometimes they'll just tell you it felt right. So one way you can think of it is that Go is a much more intuitive game, whereas chess is a much more logic-based game. AlphaGo is our program to actually try and crack Go. We played the European champion Fan Wei in a 5-game match. We have an estimate of how strong the program is. Of course, you never know when you play a human player. They do all sorts of very interesting things that your programs not necessarily do. So there's always an unknown.
When we play the first game.
So this person is world's #2 in Go, and on the other side there's a person who's playing who is actually directed by a computer.
I lose.
I think he was a bit stunned after the first game, and I think he was unsure as to whether he hadn't prepared enough or whether the program was really strong.
I think after first game, maybe he don't like fight. He like play slowly, so it's why begin the second game, I fight. Do mistakes. I think maybe I'm right. It's why because another game I fight all the time. Now it's a complicated. But I lose all my game.
AlphaGo won 5-0, which is the first time ever a program has beaten a professional player.
Oh, sorry, 1 minute.
The way I see where we are now is that we've beaten the European champion now, and the next step for us is to try and challenge the legendary player Lee Sedol.
So after this, they beat #1 as well. And the point I'm trying to make is technology has reached a stage where it can deliver whatever you want. Intuition has been the latest frontier. Let me briefly go to the next slide and talk to you about a very interesting example of digital marketing. This is a gentleman called Mark Levin. I will give a couple of examples of US just to highlight to you, because Indian examples probably you would have known. Mark Levin in the year 2011 started something called Dollar Shave Club. He was fed up of that periodically he had to buy razors, shaving cream, and he said, why is it such a problem? Why do I have to go through all of this? Why can't there be a service which sends me these on a regular basis? I just pay a fixed amount, $1 a month, and I get razors at a regular interval. And he started in 2011, and 2016 he sold his company to Unilever for $1 billion in cash. Look at his video. It's such an inspiring video. This is a great example of a great content. He's himself marketed his service, and this video became a big hit. Extremely great example of good content, digital marketing.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis.
And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, Pop-Up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu and drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you, see you, see you.
Hi, I'm.
So, before coming on to Nike, if you want to seriously study about an excellent example of digital marketing subscription model, please study about Dollar Shave Club. And this is another example. Nike started subscription model for shoes in US for teenage kids. They realized that teenage kids, particularly a little earlier than teenage, the foot size keeps growing up. And they have a model whereby you give a fixed amount every year, and every 6 months, you get a new pair of shoes. You ship back the old pair, and you get a new pair of shoes. The subscription model is something which is really doing exceedingly well in in US, and it's the next big thing. It's a combination of great content, great product, and marketing, which is done excellently well, digital marketing. So those are 2 examples. Let me move on to this gentleman called Mark Anderson. He predicts internet trends, and he has predicted that by the year 2030, if not 35, traditional retail will die totally, 100%. Whatever we see, traditional retail will come to an end. And whatever is predicted till now has happened earlier than what the date he has predicted. So traditional stores and retail which you see, according to him, will be changed forever. And you're seeing it in India as well. A lot of influence now because of the new trend of Kirana stores also converting to digital. We're now seeing Facebook in India with WhatsApp and payment plan mechanisms, and one of the large companies in India getting into this. So all of this is going to change. So even the smallest of person will have to realize and embrace digital marketing. I was just curious to understand if, just an extreme example, if I could buy a live goat on the internet, delivered to me at my house in Prabhadevi in Mumbai, and I got so many options, color, shape, size. This is just an example of the fact that today anything and everything is truly available on the internet. Now let me talk about some 4 or 5 specific things connected to digital marketing. Number 1, get personal. What does that mean? People love personalized messages. The days of saying hi, if I have to send a message to Vishaka, I can't say hello there. It has to be dear Vishaka or hi Vishaka. It has to be very personal. If I go on Netflix at night, if I go on Amazon, Spotify, Indian sites, I love it when they give recommendations. Netflix is investing huge amount of money to figure out your behavior patterns, what you like, and then make personal recommendations. So digital marketing is not about just now horizontal recommendations, but personalized to each of you in this webinar. And how it can be done? Technology is now available to do it. So get personal is the first message I need to give to you. Content is still the king. You saw the video of Mark Levin. What an amazing content. You know, he is behind the product. He is saying exactly what he's doing, and it's in a video form. Video is the new text. I keep saying it. Video is the new text. Video is engaging, and the content of each and every video has to be short, crisp, succinct, and something which has an impact. Writing good content is not easy. It's not easy. You require experts for it. It's time consuming. You have to really pay a lot of attention. And if there are companies wanting to get serious into digital marketing, they have to have a calendar for putting up various content. You as an individual or as a company also have so many options of writing content. You know, I wrote this book recently, Born to Baba, but before that I've written other books when there was no digital presence. Today, you can write a book and publish it online. You don't require a publisher physical. If you're not on LinkedIn, you're wrong. You have to get on LinkedIn. That's a platform to network. LinkedIn is adding so many features. It has got features to publish your article. It has got features to have newsletter now, and it is beta testing a feature to have live events. So any business, any company has to be on LinkedIn. Today in India, LinkedIn is the most popular app for networking, and it is adding features all the time. You can market in multiple ways on that. Of course, YouTube as a pure video platform in India is the most popular, and all of this can be used. But remember, at the end of it, you might have the best design, best distraction. Content is still the king. I thought I'll just show this. This is a company called Nourish. It's a startup. I must admit, this is a company which we have funded. So that's with that caveat. This is a technology platform which allows you to publish your content. So if you have any trading material, if you want to any other material or launch your own course, this is a ready platform. You can just go there and launch your course. Point number 3, influencers. We are used to a concept of collaborators, of people, big stars coming and saying, buy this shampoo, buy this hairbrush, buy this product. Endorsements is a very old game. The new game is influencers, and more than that is micro influencers. People with, let's say 10,000 followers. Let's say you want to market a shampoo for girls specifically between the age of 16 to 30, let's say. You can now get a micro influencer for that on Instagram. Earlier, of course, TikTok was very popular. Now it is banned in India. But there are other Indian apps like Chingari and others where there are micro influencers who can influence your product. They have loyal base of followers, and they can influence your product. So you have to reach out to these influencers. The days of endorsements are not over, but more importantly, if you want low budget, high impact digital marketing, go to micro influencers. There will be a micro influencer for everything. Vishaka mentioned in the beginning, I'm deeply passionate about supporting theatre from a business perspective. And to promote our theatre, again, we used micro influencers because the market was very specific. Maharashtrians love theatre in cities, and of course in Kolhapur we didn't have any of our shows. But if it was Kolhapur, I would have gone to those people to talk about it. So influencer is the new thing. Endorsement is important, but influencers is a science by itself. Use it to the best advantage. There's a new trend emerging. Earlier we had a lot of distribution models, through national distributors, regional distributors. Then we got people like Flipkart and Amazon, e-commerce platforms, which allowed consumer business people as a platform. Now the new trend is people who are using these consumer platforms also, but they are going direct to consumers. In city like Mumbai, in fact, people are working from home. So consumer companies are doing digital marketing on WhatsApp, and once a week they're aggregating our demand and getting supplied directly to our doorstep. Very new models are emerging, but more importantly, people are realizing that you have to own the customer from acquisition right to fulfillment and then recommending other products. This entire journey cannot happen if you're on an e-commerce platform. So you have to be on e-commerce, but create your own loyal base. The advantage of it is your cost structures are low from production straight to your consumer. You can pivot very fast. Suppose one model does not work, product does not work, you can change rapidly. You don't have a huge distribution chain, inventory which you have to carry. Just-in-time inventory is possible if you have direct-to-consumer models. This is a new thing which is happening, and this cannot happen unless you have a strong base of digital marketing whereby you acquire customers, retain them, service them, and start making recommendations, get referrals from them, and ask them to refer you to other people. I will give an example in the next slide of a company in the US called Casper. Have a look at that video, and then I'll tell you.
We ask these creatures of comfort what it's like to sleep on a Casper. Some things just don't need words.
So Casper realized in US that for a US citizen or people in US, buying a mattress was a big pain. You have to go to a store, you have to select different mattresses. They said, we'll create one good mattress in a box, it will get delivered. It's the world's best mattress. With that simple model, so sometimes people are getting fed up of too many options. You tell them, I'm going to give this option, and you market it well. Look at the entire ad campaign. It's designed so well. The whole pitch in the digital campaign was, we are giving the world's best mattress, single mattress, best for you. Within a space of 2 years, it reached a sale of $100 million annually. Big success. And of course, search engine optimization, you will probably have more detailed talk on this. This is very, very critical. It's getting more and more critical with the fact that people are going digital. Since probably you will have a separate session on it, I won't go in more detail on this. But Google has taught the world that search engine optimization is a science. You have to figure out not just spending marketing money, but how to optimize your money to the maximum with a very, very targeted focus. You can target, let's say, I live in Prabhadevi, Mumbai, males in Prabhadevi who love Marathi theatre. It's possible. That's the beauty of search engine optimization. Excuse me. And what about data? I mean, it's a big thing. Data is the new oil. Everything revolves around data. Digital marketing it depends on data. If you have good data, everything follows. You have to keep collecting data of your consumer and their referrals. And finally, excuse me, I'll end with this video and then wind it down. Look at the video and then I'll explain to you.
Good morning. I am your taxi driver, Devesh Mishra. I live in Varanasi. I also make an arrangement for you, North India, Rajasthan, Himachal Pradesh, Uttaranchal, and down towards Calcutta. I also make arrangement the hotels if you need. If you need your privacy, I just drive for you. And sometimes if you need, I make a escort you and tell about the Hinduism and tell. I also make arrangement the private person to you know they are more about Hinduism. My mobile phone number is 0091 941 5648681. My email address is git su2003@yahoo.co.
I'll stop it there. By chance saw this video on YouTube, and pre-COVID I called him up, around last October, November, and I said, Devesh bhai, I want to go to Agra from Delhi. Can I hire? So he said, no, sir, book hai. Then I said, next week book. I said, how long are you booked? He said, 6 weeks. What happened? He said, I did a very simple thing. On my mobile phone, I shot a video, posted on YouTube, gave my mobile number and my email ID. I get bookings all the time. So while all of us are discussing and figuring out what is the best digital marketing, Devesh Mishra, taxi driver, has figured out what is best for him. If there's one thing you should remember this video is critical. He has figured out. So if he can figure out, why can't you? And you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Each one of you who attend this course, if you have not embraced digital as a media for yourself, you cannot understand it. So if you're not there, I tell people, if you're not on the social media, you're as good as not being alive to the world. Your birth certificate is legal, but your true birth certificate is your presence on the social media. If you don't embrace that, you'll not understand the power of digital marketing. So let me wind up by saying thank you for inviting me. I thought I'd give some examples of how technology has conquered even intuition, DeepMind and AlphaGo programs I thought I'd show you in the beginning, how people like Dollar Shave Club have reinvented the whole aspect of subscription model of marketing, the basis of digital marketing, and I gave 5-6 definitive steps. And I thought I'll share these quick ideas with you. This is my website. I'm a partner at 100x.vc. I'm there on LinkedIn if you ever want to get in touch with me. Thank you again. I'm honored to be called for the keynote. Particularly when Ms. Usha Thorat was there as the inaugural address, we all respect her. I'm so delighted with the amount of quality of work you are doing in Kolhapur, and all the very best. I wish I was on the other side, listening to the FDP for next 1 or 2 days, but unfortunately I have to log off in the next 5 minutes. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful, wonderful talk, which was full of illustrations and examples. And I'm sure you've set the right tone for this FDP by giving us very apt examples, illustrating how important the subject of digitalization and digital marketing is. I would also like to thank Mrs. Usha Thorat, madam, for her wonderful delivery, where she took us through the digital journey and explaining to us how inclusive growth can take place with help of digitalization. I would also thank her for the small suggestion that she has given us. Thank you very much, madam. And now I would request Professor A.D. Ekal, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks for this inaugural session. Over to you, Ekal, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's my great privilege to propose the vote of thanks to all the dignitaries who have witnessed this inaugural function. On behalf of organizing committee, I would like to thank our chief guest, Ms. Usha Thorat, former Deputy Governor, Reserve Bank of India, for sparing time out of her busy schedule and attending this inaugural function. Also, I would like to thank Mr. Ninad Karpe, partner 100x VC, keynote speaker, for discussing importance of digital marketing in current pandemic situation of COVID-19. We are grateful to our beloved managing trustee and secretary, Dr. R.A. Shinde, for his able guidance and has always encouraged us. I thank him for his kindness, his interest, and continued support. I thank our trustee CA Rishikesh Shinde sir, Dr. T.A. Shiwari sir, Dr. V.M. Hilge, Director Dr. C.S. Dalvi, for their continuous motivation and inspiration. Also, our thanks to Ms. M.K. Mane, Chairperson MBA program, for her support. Special thanks to AICTE Atal New Delhi for sponsoring this Atal FDP on digital marketing. I would like to thank all our HODs and faculty for their support and cooperation. I thank all the members of the media for covering the event and all good hearts who worked behind the screen. Above all, I thank all the participants as your participation has made this FDP a successful event. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you. Over to Gaikwad Madam.
Thank you, sir, for your vote of thanks. And with this, we end our inaugural session. A kind request to all the participants. We will be starting our first session by 11:50. We're extremely sorry we're running late by 5 minutes, but I think 5 minutes is an acceptable delay for this program. So 11:50, we will be having our first session of the day. You can all have a break of 15 minutes, and in 15 minutes, we join back with our first session, that is Introduction to Digital Marketing by Dr. P.P. Chavan. Thank you. I'm switching off my microphone now, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.